This is a Li-Ning Feidian 6 Elite, and if you spend any time in the ShoeTube running geek corner of the internet, you know that this shoe has absolutely exploded. People are calling it game-changing, the bounciest ever shoe, better than Alphafly. That's a big claim. So the real question is this just hype, or is this genuinely one of the best super shoes that you can buy right now? Hey, I'm Jim and you're watching Race Day, where I share my take on the gear I'm using as a 50-something runner still pushing for personal bests. I bought this shoe with my own money, I've trained in it, I've raced in it, and I've put it through proper sessions. So let's talk about whether this thing really lives up to the hype. On paper, this is a full-on marathon super shoe. We're looking at a roughly 40mm stack in the heel, a 6mm drop, full carbon plate, and a dual layer of PEBAX midsole. And that's where it gets interesting. This top layer, this shiny capsule section, isn't just foam. It's a very soft foam wrapped in a polymer coating. And what that does is stops the foam from over compressing. It creates tension, almost like a trampoline surface holding everything together. So instead of just sinking into the soft foam, you compress it and then it snaps back quicker than you expect. So let's talk about bounce, because yes, this is a very bouncy shoe. Standing in it, you immediately feel the movement, the energy, the slight unstable alive sensation. But here's what surprised me. It's not chaotic. It's not an Alphafly style pogo stick vertically bouncing you up. It's smoother than that. And when you load it properly, especially through the midfoot, you feel the foam compress, tighten, and then push you forward. Not up, but forward. And the geometry works beautifully for that. The rocker is aggressive but not wild. It rolls you through naturally. The first proper session I did in this, I had to check my watch because I felt like I was cruising and I was running faster than I planned to, and that's always a good sign. Now here's something important. This is not a snappy 5K weapon. This doesn't have that immediately hyper-rigid explosive snap that some firmer carbon shoes have. Aggression isn't its superpower. It takes a second to settle in. But once you're up to pace, it locks in beautifully. For marathon pace, half marathon pace, long sustained threshold work, this just works. It hums along. And crucially, you don't get that double squish sensation that some super soft shoes have. It compresses, it responds, and it sends you on your way. That balance, soft, not mushy, is what makes it addictive. Now we need to talk about stability, because this is not a stable shoe. The foam is soft, the stack is tall, and if you corner aggressively, you'll feel it. On tight turns, you need to be controlled, but here's the nuance. It's softer than something like the Adios Pro 4, but more controlled than you'd expect. The base isn't super narrow, there's some sidewall guidance, and once you get used to that, it does feel manageable. But if you need something that's very planted, very structured, very locked in, this probably isn't your shoe. Fit-wise, I went true to size. The upper is lightweight, booty construction, breathable, and disappears on the foot. The lockdown has been excellent. There's decent volume in the toe box, which I actually like for longer races, especially the marathon distance. The heel counter isn't super rigid, but I didn't have any slippage. It feels race ready without feeling stripped back. But let's talk about how it looks, because honestly, this shoe looks brilliant. Most super shoes now look vaguely similar: big foam, bright colors, carbon plate somewhere inside it. This doesn't. This rainbow capsule layer, just the way that it captures the light, the sculpted midsole, the aggressive rocker, it looks fast even when you're just standing still. At races it stands out, and I've had more comments about this shoe than almost anything I've worn recently. This doesn't look like a copy of something else, it looks like its own thing. And in a world where most race shoes are starting to blur together, I think that matters. So I raced a 10K in this shoe. Flat course, bad weather, bit of a proper effort, and I came close to a PB. Now, I'm not saying that that is down to this shoe, but I will say that late in the race, this shoe kept on giving me something back. It kept me bounding forward, it kept the rhythm alive. Even deep into the effort, the foam didn't feel dead. I think it's a great race shoe. So is it overhyped? The honest answer is this shoe is not magic. It's not rewriting physics. It's not going to surprise you in the way that something like the first Alphafly did. I don't think it's going to make you automatically faster than any other super shoe out there, but it combines softness, bounce, protection and propulsion in a way that feels genuinely fresh. Most super shoes make you choose firm and snappy or soft and forgiving. This manages to sit right in the middle. It's soft but not mushy, bouncy but not chaotic, and it's got propulsion without feeling too harsh. That balance is what, for me, makes this shoe truly special. And then there's the price. I paid about £170 for this shoe on AliExpress. That's not cheap, but it's significantly less than similar shoes from Western brands. If a major Western brand released this exact same shoe, I think they'd probably be charging £300 for it, and people will be raving about it. So what's my verdict? Buy this shoe if you want a fun, bouncy, protective marathon racer that feels lively and different, and you don't mind a bit of softness. Wait or try if you're sensitive to instability or prefer something firm and very snappy. And skip if you need maximum structure, tight cornering, and really want something for a sharp, short distance race. So, is the Feidian 6 Ultra worth the hype? Yes, not because it's magic. It's worth the hype because it makes running fast feel like great fun. And when you're chasing personal bests in your 50s, that's what matters. You've been watching Race Day. If you enjoy honest running shoe reviews from someone who's actually racing in the stuff, hit subscribe. See you next time.